Welcome to another video on Little's Law. In this video, we are going to see how the correlation is automatically handled in Neoload, and we see another example of how to do correlation manually based on the requirements. First, let us see a sample of how the, the dynamic values are handled or how it is correlated automatically by Neoload. Here we can see a session ID, which is a dynamic value, and how it is being correlated or handled dynamically by Neoload. Let's run this script and see how it works. Starting the script now. The script is working fine. Let's see how does it end. The script has executed successfully. Let me show you how the correlated value is handled by Neoload automatically. And here we can see the session ID, and let me take you through the request. I'm comparing with the recorded request. This is the value that got recorded, the session value that got recorded during recording, and this is the value that is generated dynamically by Neoload, and it is automatically handled. Now let's see another example of how to handle correlation manually. To know on what is correlation, see my video on what is correlation and how it helps in load testing. Now let's see an example. So in this script, we are adding a bird, which is an Amazon parrot, and this is the product ID, and we have the working item ID, and we are adding one item of it. Now in this example, we are going to add another item which we are going to fetch from the previous response and pass the value in this request. Also, we are going to add the item as 3 in number to check whether it performs or how it works. To start, action 1. First, we have to find the product ID from the previous response. So let's now do this. Please follow carefully. I'm copying it and click on this tick button to find where exactly is this value in the previous response, and select this option button which contains whose recorded response contains. I'm pasting the value here and clicking close, and now you can see this tick symbol, and this is the previous response which has this value. I'm going to the request and I'm clicking on advanced. In the variable extractors, I'm clicking plus symbol. I'm clicking on both, which means it extracts the value from both the header and the body. So I'm clicking on both and I'm clicking on this search icon. I'm searching for the value, and here we can find the value, but now I'm going to select the other one. So this is how I'm going to take the left boundary, and I'm going to select the right boundary as colon. Here you can see I'm having the first value. Let me show you what are all the values that can be extracted, and here you can see there are two values that comes for the same left boundary and right boundary. We have the Amazon parrot as the first item, so I am now selecting the second item. To do that, click on the occurrence to extract as 2, and now the second item is selected from the response. I I'm now giving a variable name as Finch for easy reference. And now I'm clicking on OK. And now I'm trying to replace it, but it won't work since there is no value. So I'm doing it manually. Clicking on OK now. I will give you another example on other video on how to do this search and replace. Now I'm going to this request and I'm replacing it manually. And to do it, you have to enter dollar symbol, open bracket, and select Finch. And now this value will automatically get replaced. And now I'm going to the next request, which is the working item ID. Now let's find which response has this value. And the same way, I'm clicking on the flag request and selecting on whose response recorded response contains, doing the same thing, and the previous response has it. Let's do the same thing. Go to advanced. Let's now search in both. Search using the button. I'm searching the value, and this is the only value we have. So let's now replace. Let's now take the left boundary and the right boundary, and let's now search whether is there any other occurrences. It's not there, so now we are good. So let's now change it to order ID and click OK, and let's replace it automatically using this variable extractor here. I'm clicking on search and replace, and there are 3 occurrences. Let me show you how to do it. Once if I click replace all the values will be replaced automatically, but I will show you how to do replace it manually by clicking one by one. I'm selecting replace manually, and here you can see the value. Let's replace it, and now we have the same value in one of the referrer. I'm replacing it, and then I have this value in the update cart, and here I'm replacing it. So this is a good practice to replace it everywhere, to follow the script and to make it run successfully. I'm replacing this, and this is the final value, and now we are good. Let's check is there any other value need to be replaced. And again, as I told you earlier, let's replace the number of items to 3, and I'm clicking on OK. Let's now run the script and see how does it work. I'm running the script now. So initially, just a recap. So initially we have selected Amazon Parrot, and now we have correlated dynamically using another value. So we are instead of selecting Parrot, we are now replacing it with Finch, and instead of one item, now we are adding 3 items of the same Finch. Let's run the script and see how it works. The script is executing successfully, and here we can see we have selected the value. Let's now compare it. I will take you through the request, and here this is what is being recorded, and after correlation this is the value that is being taken from the response and replaced. Let's now go to the next request and see, and here you can see it was initially EST 18 and now it is EST 19, which is the bird finch, and now we have updated it here, and initially it was 1 and now it is 3. This is the parameter part. Let's now go into the application and see how does this script work. And this is the order that has been recently done, and we can see adult male finch in 3 in number, so the script worked fine. Thanks for watching the video. We will see with another logical action.